comes from his...
Okay, we're jumping into it right away without introducing quirks and All Might all over again. Okay, thank goodness.
Palms. Quirks are genetic superpowers.
Motherfucker! Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day of redemption, because we're gonna see if that battle can manage to make me like Bakugo, number one, and number two, not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest, in these last few days this waiting period became really difficult for me. I tried to defend this matchup as much as possible ever since it came out, made a whole video about it, talked about it on Twitter and everything. Do I think these two are the best for both? Probably not for a matchup per se, but definitely for a death battle episode. And I explained why in my previous Bakugo Reze video. Also, if that battle fails to make me like Bakugo, I'm gonna recite the Eddie Brock prayer from Spider-Man 3 and pray to God and Pochita combined that Reze has some kind of sun disk underneath her belt or something. If not, I'm just gonna embrace for the inevitable seeing Reze die 2 times. So either way, if Reze somehow wins, I hope that Death Battle team isn't harassed too much for it. That's my preferred outcome, and I tried for years to be as fair as possible when it comes to my power scaling, but I hope the one that likes more wins regardless of scaling. I know, that's anti-power scaling. But when it comes to this matchup, I did find a couple of things on Reddit that make me like this matchup more, and I wanna read them for you. From Bakugo perspective, Reze is the villain he never had. Like him, she was shaped into who she is now, but in a much more extreme way. She was treated like a weapon and denied love, while Bakugo managed to make his own choices and gain support. Consider this alongside other comparisons from the final arc of My Hero Academia. Deku was born without a quirk and was bullied for it, but he managed to make his own choices and receive support from his friends during his worst moments. While Shigaraki lost his family and, because of his quirk, they all died, ending up as an outcast of society. Uraraka lived with a poor family, had poor superficial reasons for wanting to be a hero, and didn't understand the true meaning of love, but then she managed to understand it thanks to Izuku, realizing she loved him and being able to understand her true desires. On top of knowing that what she thought, though seemingly trivial, was still genuine and deserved support. Toga, on the other hand, was treated like a mad woman, developing a twisted sense of love, and in the end was labeled insane without being given any chance to make amends for her mistakes before it was too late. Todoroki's brother couldn't overcome her abuse, and his father couldn't make things right before he was lost, whereas Todoroki was able to resolve his issues and move forward. The point is that every clash between a hero and villain in My Hero Academia shares a common theme. There's similar backstories, but a villain almost always has a worse one, and above all, he hasn't had any support or love to save him, unlike the hero. And Bakugo never had a villain in this series to compare himself to in the same way, even though it was the this is a word I always say but I never say out loud, deuteragonist, the secondary protagonist. Reze is essentially the villain equivalent for Bakugo. Similar backstories, but Reze is worse and she hasn't had any support or love. It's not even a forced comparison. Reze has shown that in face of true love and affection, she would gladly give in and run away from her current situation. Bakugo himself isn't dense. He can understand Reze. I mean, Denji did, though he had more time with her to get to know her. But Bakugo is a great observer. He understood how Deku and other characters felt. And although he offered support in his own way, I'm not saying he'd offer Reze full support now, because that would be out of character. By My Hero Academia, it's clear that if you make too many mistakes, you'll be punished despite your tragic backstory, as proven by Toga and Shigaraki. But he could certainly understand Reze and give us an incredible interaction. So if the matchup does anything like what I just finished reading to you, then I think all this waiting period was worth it, regardless of the winner. Okay. We're ready. Everyone is ready. I feel like Hoodie do the cheering for Reze. Reze, come on. Oh, before we start though, can we talk about the animation team for this one? I think I saw my boy Levitation. Where are you? You beautiful, you perfect son of a bitch. Origin the hero, assassin, levitation, project alpha, sprite art by Origin, 3D modeling by Aurora. Like, look at this animation team, it's stacked. What the hell are they gonna do for this one? I really liked this cinematography right here. We got a bomb, 2 grenades that form like a triangle. Very nice cinematography right away. But without further ado, let's begin.
Bakugo versus Reze.
Okay, I like they got the normal self and hybrid self.
The god of explosions versus the bomb devil.
He's Wiz.
Okay. In terms of introductions, it works. I mean, it works. Yeah, his superhero name is God Explosion Murder Dynamite or something, and Reze is the bomb devil. So yeah, I mean, it works for mainstream audiences. Was this always in the background? I could have sworn I would remember the background looking like this, I don't know.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
Death Battle.
Wiz, there's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning.
Really?
The
Apocalypse
rush
Now?
of the shockwave, the flash of combustion.
Hey, explosion!
Love it when stuff goes boom.
And no one knows that feeling better than Katsuki Bakugo.
What a dork. What a fucking dork. Can we just say it? Like, he bullied Deku so much, but this dude stood up on the desk like he was the main character or something. Like, bro, sit down.
When your name literally...
Okay, real name Katsuki Bakugo. I'm taller than him. I actually have the same age as him. His ability 420. There, blaze it there. That's his god name. Likes winning, blowing stuff up. Kirishima. Oh, I guess they don't fear My Academia shippers anymore.
means powerful bomb? It's no wonder he was born with the quirk, Explosion. It lets Bakugo create humongous kabooms from his...
Okay, we're jumping into it right away without introducing quirks and All Might all over again. Okay, thank goodness.
bombs.
Quirks are genetic superpowers.
Motherfucker! I'm fucking tired. I can't handle it anymore.
Most humans are born with. Bakugo inherited his quirk from his parent.
His mom is fine as fuck. That's the only thing I like about him at the moment. She's fine as hell. I don't wanna hear anything against her husband because he had sex with her. Like, can you brag about that?
Specifically, it was a combination of his father's combustible acid sweat and his mother's glycerin skin.
God damn! And I can't even make fun of Bakugo for weaponizing sweat because glycerin smells great. I can't even call him sweaty or stinky.
Secretions.
Making Bakugo sweat basically like nitroglycerin. And the more he sweats, the bigger the booms. His parents basically made the perfect kid. Absolutely oozing with shonen main character.
Look at this give me a blowjob right now bitch face. I cannot fucking stand you.
Energy.
Bakugo felt similarly. So much so that he started bullying his childhood friend who happened to be born without a quirk.
Yeah, okay, he's kind of a snot-nosed turd sometimes, but come on, Wiz! The kabooms! They're so cool!
Quirks are a natural biological feature of a person's body. In the same way that we don't really think about walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially with his rigorous training.
Bakugo quickly picked up on how to use his explosions to obliterate anything in sight, block attacks, launch himself around, and quickly maneuver in midair at hypersonic speed.
Okay, pretty similar approach to Reze so far.
Which requires a ton of focus and on-the-fly calculations.
And despite getting this incredibly dangerous quirk when he was 4, he somehow never killed himself or anyone else.
Yeah, okay, that's either plot armor or the extreme miracle, because imagine the sheer Shigaraki level tragedy of Bakugo accidentally blowing up his parents. Good fucking god.
That we know of. Bakugo
that we know of, yeah.
was truly a prodigy, destined for greatness.
And his only goal was to surpass Japan's numero uno superhero
Here it is.
and his personal idol, All Might.
Okay,
In Bakugo's mind, the only person who wins no matter what. Absolute victory. No problem.
Okay, I can't believe I'm already defending Bakugo. When you got a name like All Might and a teenage superhero obsessed with power, you can't expect to not attract the wrong people, you know? It's not like it was called All Good, which would have been a bit pretentious, but you get my point.
problem for the main character.
Except Katsuki wasn't the protagonist that he thought he was. That would
Thank
be
God.
Izuku Midoriya, the quirkless child Bakugo bullied. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only get worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
There, he would learn to be a superhero and fully develop his ultimate moves.
Like flying through the sky faster than sound with turbo speed,
Reze does it
blinding
too.
people with stun grenade,
Reze does it too.
focusing his blasts into armor-piercing shots, or
Reze does it too.
making a big-ass tornado of death.
Okay, she doesn't do that, but she has the Typhoon Devil, which is outside help, but move on.
A howitzer impact involves Bakugo spinning himself in midair with his explosions, building up a tremendous amount of swirling oxygen, and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
Okay, they could make some really cool animation with that by incorporating some elements of the Typhoon Devil fight from the movie. I can already see the animation potential for this matchup the more they talk about it.
It's pretty smart
Which I already think it's pretty damn high compared to the other matchups.
when it comes to strategizing mid-fight. He even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers, gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat, gross, for prolonged bouts, or to release all of it at once in a single massive blast.
Good for him.
He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks. Or the Strafe Panzer, these badass turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut, called the Bombshell Hero, Great Explosion Murder God, Dynamite. Hey, I dig it. The more colons, the merrier.
But despite some early wins, Bakugo failed to live up to his own sky-high expectations.
Cool, they treated him like Hannibal fucking Lecter.
He had the makings of a great hero, if
Really?
only he could get out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was kidnapped by the League of Villains,
Good.
ultimately leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement. Something needed to change.
So he vented his frustrations in a slugfest with Deku and
And you lost me again.
realized something crucial. That the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy everyone knew he could.
Okay, so in defense of Bakugo, apparently in this unit here is apologizing to Deku. Does that change my mind regarding him? I mean, you can't. If I were Deku, I'm not sure if an apology would cut the years of mental abuse, you know? I'm not sure. I have no opinion on this.
I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up with counters. Somehow.
Okay, that's some amazing battle IQ, yeah.
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki, who can catch light beams, and tough enough to survive.
Okay guys, okay, they're giving him light speed, reaction speed, but maybe if we keep quiet, they don't scale him to Deku. Shut the fuck up, maybe Reze has a chance, shut the fuck up.
Well,
Being dead? Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed, dead as a doornail. And then a single bead of sweat floating through his bloodstream detonated and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character plot armor,
Okay, that's a problem. While Headshot was able to stitch Bakugo injuries so to make together, it was explicitly Bakugo's miniature explosion that restarted his heart and revived him. What if, when Reze tries to drink Bakugo's blood to heal, he puts a mini particle of sweat inside it, explodes her from the inside out? I hate to admit that I would be extremely creative, but I also don't want to see that happen.
don't know what is.
his stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him.
It is,
After
yeah.
all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Yeah.
With the overuse of his blasts literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and eventually his quirk awakened.
Essentially, when a quirk evolves to become stronger, Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the Howitzer Impact Cluster, a stunning achievement in the field of explosionology, or kaboom theory for the layman.
Powerful enough to shatter the side of a mountain, or blow up
Fuck.
UA High itself.
Fuck.
Judging by the school's size,
Yeah, for judging by the school size, he says.
we can estimate Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of...
Okay, they're not giving him Deku scaling, but mountain level is still a bit high. Hold on, fuck it. Let me write on a piece of paper how much that is. 318 kilotons of TNT. Okay?
TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions, it makes sense to science out what a ton of TNT actually is.
Okay, yeah, it's been only 200 past episodes, but yeah, I would say why not? It's nice to learn because it's kind of a dead battle staple at this point.
It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of trinitrotoluene.
A chemical compound composed of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon.
That's the recipe for kabooms. Now, imagine a pile of TNT as big as the Empire State Building blowing up all at once. That's Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster.
Okay, that's actually a really helpful way to understand Bakugo's the numbers more. Actually, we like to explain that in this explosion themed episode. That's really cool. But if we're talking quote unquote only blowing up the Empire State Building, and never mind, I just saw what's behind it. This is what they meant. Oh.
And these explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when
Fuck, that's a lot. Fuck.
you covered a huge part of this city in a fraction of a second. Almost 400
Okay, Mach almost 400. That's bigger than anything Reze has. Yeah.
times the speed of sound.
And that's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from all over his body, not just his palms.
Yeah.
With all of this crazy bullshit,
I'm afraid I was right. Blew up a mountainside, vaporized Wolfram, outspread Okoyami, destroyed Uraraka, yeah, that's the speed of light, yeah. Misdisplaced the airborne, helped defeat, yeah.
Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on Earth, enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis, All for One. Yeah, that's right, the main villain, who's the protagonist now, Deku.
Bakugo literally and figuratively surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad, Kachan.
But more important than proving it to his friends, to All Might, or even to Deku, he proved it to himself.
Yeah, whatever. Take that, losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I don't hate Bakugo as much. I came here today humbled and humiliated to ask you for one thing. Please tell me Reze has some kind of Sunday's Candonator belt. Please kill Katsuki Bakugo. Okay, I'm actually really curious to see what Reze's breakdown is gonna look like, because what's her screen time? She appears for a grand total of 100 minutes. Okay, that's a lot than I thought. That's bigger than I thought, okay. 100 minutes, okay. Is this the character with the shortest amount of screen time that I ever got a Death Battle episode? I don't know, this is less than 2 hours of screen time. I don't know, it's really little. Let's see what they're gonna use for the breakdown, because I think it's lower than... No, let me see. Naito screen time in Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, it doesn't tell me. I'm really curious to see what they're gonna use with such little screen time. I'm expecting a lot because I love her character, okay guys? Don't disappoint me.
Death, war, famine, conquest. Humanity has been plagued by all manner of ills since...
Okay, it's actually really fucking hard that they start with the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which, if you know, you know if you're a Chainsaw Man fan, whose characters does this reference. Which characters does this reference.
Crawled out of the primordial ooze. In the world of Chainsaw Man, there is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because fear itself is real, and they're called devils.
Literally devils from hell. These monsters
Look at the editing already. They're cooking.
beings are the living embodiments of humanity's worst nightmares, and their power is directly proportional to that fear.
So the chicken devil might be so weak you could keep him as a class pet, like, you know, a chicken.
Not Haza getting strays before her part is even animated. Okay, we love this, even though it makes sense only for those who read the manga. I finished it, by the way, loved the ending, fight me. But wow, I didn't expect it. It's already surprising me quite a lot.
But what about the bat devil, or the ghost devil, or the devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons it's ever created, the bomb devil?
Hell yeah.
Little is known about the origins of the Bomb Devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real name.
She might look cute and kawaii, but she's...
Did you just say cute and kawaii? That means cute. Anyway, Bomb Devil hybrid, she's pretty short, unknown age, country of origin Soviet Union, occupation soldier, super soldier. Okay, the fact that she is a super soldier, yeah, I never thought about it. It's really cool to call her that. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, she's a super soldier. I always thought of her more as a super spy, but yeah, I guess it makes sense. At one point, the author's favorite character likes coffee, flowers, Denji, sort of. Yeah, makes sense.
actually a Soviet assassin trained from birth to be one of the deadliest killers on the planet. Basically a Black Widow, a cold and lonely existence.
Oh, yeah, she is a Black Widow. She's a Russian femme fatale trained to kill. Yeah, I never made that connection. And I usually love to make connections between franchises.
For anyone, but quadruply so in a world as effed up as...
Look at the Russian words, my god, they're cooking so much.
But all Reze wanted was a safe, normal, quiet life. As much a fable to her as Aesop's country mouse.
Too bad!
Nice.
You are now a walking, talking explosive. Have fun.
At some point, the girl known as Reze...
Okay, apparently that voice clip right here was from the voice actors for this fight, not the official one. That's really cool. She sounds extremely close.
Speed are way crazier than a normal humans, and with her martial arts training, she's a...
Yeah, okay, but I'm gonna need something more than I'm bigger than a normal human, okay? That guy fucked up mountains.
Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head.
Someone like Reze would eat you alive, literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can heal by consuming blood.
And that lets hybrids survive some pretty insane stuff.
Yeah.
Like having their limbs torn off, getting dissected clean in half, or being roasted alive. Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Yeah, I'm afraid of what Bakugo's gonna put inside that blood.
Especially useful considering the Bomb Devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions from any surface of her body, even tearing off limbs and turning them into bombs that...
Yeah, I low-key hope for a scene in the animation where Reze does exactly that, and Bakugo is like, what the fuck?
she can detonate at will.
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speeds, maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the strength and speed of her blows.
Yeah, I'm gonna be deadass. If this was my first time finding out about Reze and I discovered her concept as a devil hybrid, her design and everything from this battle from this explanation right here so far, I would have thought she's the coolest. She was a lot cooler than Bakugo, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's not even me being biased for the series itself.
Or Reze can send sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart entire cities.
Cities. Okay, hold on. Cities, plural, okay.
Making herself stronger.
I mean, yeah.
The more fear her wanton destruction creates.
That is true. They got fear scaling. It's kind of part of Makima's whole plan. I'm not gonna get into it for spoilers, but yeah, it's true. That is true. But doesn't Bakugo explosions usually mean something positive in the My Academia world, since he's a superhero? I mean, not gonna lie, if I were a kid in My Academia universe, I would be scared of Bakugo regardless. I mean, he's this aggressive guy who blows stuff up, but yeah, it's interesting that they bring this up. Okay, let them cook.
As long as the area around her is dry enough to maintain ignition, Reze can create as many explosions as she wants, non-stop.
She can even turn her own body.
Humanity's fear of her not only enhances her explosive power, but her physical power as well. She was able to shrug off an attack from the Violence Fiend, who specializes in physical strength. Okay, yeah.
The different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo or her apron into dynamite.
Look how creative she is. Like, how can you not love her? She's amazing.
Every single
Yeah, she already wins versatility, I don't care.
inch of Reze is a living weapon.
This made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to assassinate Japan's newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
You see, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs, but the Chainsaw Devil is special.
Any devil the Chainsaw Devil consumes becomes deleted from reality, retroactively erased from humanity's collective consciousness.
I love how Makima has a cameo here. In fact, it would be really cool if during the fight we see Makima looking at the destruction from the window, not saying anything, just slurping her coffee and seeing Reze deal with this new superhero guy. It'd be really cool, but yeah, I love whenever they sourly use characters like this in the breakdowns.
And here I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for any global power to control.
Except instead of meeting the fearsome chainsaw of legend, Reze met Denji, a dumb horny teenage boy just looking for anyone to love.
And
Yeah, that's a great description, honestly. You already understand Denji better than Chainsaw Man Twitter.
for once, Reze actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different. Both were used as tools of the state, as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a
This was written, oh god, what screenshot, I chose a great time to pause. This was written by someone who understood the Reze movie, not they cooking.
pretty face to manipulate.
It wouldn't be the only time.
Yeah.
Reze's nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji one parting gift. To teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400 meters in diameter.
Okay, that's the height. I got my pencil ready.
That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a
Okay.
blast that size,
Okay.
you need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
2 kilotons. Bakugo had 318 kilotons. Well, I never said she was gonna win attack potency. Good heavens almighty, this is a lot. And they already used smaller numbers for Bakugo. Okay, 2.19. Great. Great.
More than comparable to nuclear weapons, which is really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her bombs
Yeah, it's a whole thing, yeah.
being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the Gun Devil,
Ooh, look at this edit for the Gun Devil.
who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over 500 times the speed.
Okay, Gun Devil speed scaling, I think is the same one as Makima, but this is a higher speed than they gave Bakugo, even though they also gave him light speed scaling, but we'll take what we can get.
Of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
Yeah?
A literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Wait, that's a great... Why I never thought of making that comparison, yeah. They are literally a duo of the coughing baby and hydrogen bomb, yeah, I never thought about it. Fought evenly with Chainsaw Man, explosion eclipsed most of Tokyo, killed the devil, I mean, yeah, but... I mean, visually it looks similar to what they gave to Bakugo, but in terms of numbers, yeah. Kill the Devil Hunter bare-handed, can fight well, survive losing various limbs, bleeds Denji several times, filled by the Typhoon Devil, Fox Devil, Violence Fiend, defeated Nomo, Kato, Beam, and Macho Devil Hunter Special Division 2. which was most entirely comprised of humans. Well, I'm gonna keep believing in you, I don't care.
Unfortunately for Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life, just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
And I would like to bring attention to the fact that Denji, the residential horny boy right here, gave her his shirt when she woke up on the beach. Like, he covered her decency and dignity when no one was looking. I think that's a pretty notable thing. That's a pretty notable thing that people don't pay attention to.
But it wasn't meant to be. Whether Reze chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there are hungry cats everywhere.
Oh, Makima, what I would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of—
I mean, you can always go back to season 10. Gojo Satoru's idea. Yeah, but calling Makima a cat to the city and country mouse of Denji and Reze, that's great writing right here.
freedom were never realized. She simply changed hands from one cold, unfeeling entity to another.
Yeah.
And this time, there was no escape.
Yep.
She was a weapon, a symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb!
Okay, I actually really like the contrast between ending Bakugo's analysis with hype, but ending this one with tragedy. That's really fitting for both characters, and overall, really satisfied with Reze's breakdown. The numbers are unfortunately what we already went over, and the only thing I can hope for Reze is her fear skating. That's if that means anything. But I think Bakugo is just too strong, is too clever with his tactics. He can explode his sweat inside blood and stuff, and yeah, I did see they give her, if we ignore light speed stuff, she's faster than Bakugo, but yeah, I'm honestly just gonna keep hoping until the Chaos Queen pops up. I don't care.
The battle's about to start, and I hope you've got—
I don't want spoilers.
Sent off. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Really? No Reze dance? Really? Okay. Here they are.
I've been sent to collect your head, Dynamite.
Which makes me think, I'm gonna need My Hero Academia fans on this one. Who in My Hero Academia hates Bakugo enough to send a super soldier devil against them? Like, was it me? I don't remember doing that. But if there's a character that you can imagine in canon doing this, tell me down below, because it's just fun to imagine.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin!
Oop.
How would I tell them that if I was already dead?
Yeah, good point.
Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
The animation looks amazing. Oh, she's pulling a Sukuna. She was punching the things like... Oh.
Oh, damn! Oh, damn!
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, that's the only time you're gonna get tights this juicy. Wet on you, Bakugo. Enjoy it while it lasts. A woman. Oh, that's hard. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. You two have polar opposites relationship with the concept of hydration. This doesn't look good. Wait, did he say I would say impact? That's his biggest move, right? Okay, hold on.
Move it or lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Let go of me!
Nice, that's such a clever way of using a human's form. Boom. Oh, that's 3D. Oh, the music though. Oh, damn.
Leave them out of this.
Okay, yeah, it is. She's still a villain, so I'm not cheering for that. But she's a cool villain. Look, we all cheer for cool villains. Darth Vader, hello. Oh my god, the visuals! Ooh.
For what it's worth, Dynamite, your blood was delicious.
Oh no, don't say that! Oh fuck.
You bit off a bit more than you could chew.
Oh god.
My blood isn't the only thing you drank. It's my sweat you should worry about, dumbass!
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm aiming for absolute victory! Coward!
If you kill her while laughing, I swear to God.
Impact! Cluster! Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Well, the fight was visually really cool, and I loved the music, and Reze was amazing doing it. Maybe a bit more reckless of the way she killed people, because I mean, in the movie she only killed people when the first option failed, and maybe she's portrayed a bit more evil here, but yeah, well, I mean, what can you do? Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, Denji, we're so sorry to hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5 big booms. Boom!
Please
Oh,
just
that fucking meme.
up. On the surface, these two seemed evenly matched. So let's break this fight down into 3 categories.
Oh.
Their speed, their stamina, and their firepower.
Okay, interesting.
First up, let's talk speed.
Both Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and redirect themselves on a dime in the middle of fights. To the casual observer, at least, they seem to be on par with each other.
Yeah, that's what I always commented. They have a very similar way of moving around.
We have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze
Yeah.
has battled Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
Denji and Pochita fluctuate in power since the battle with Reze due to the fear surrounding Chainsaw Man. As a result, Reze cannot reliably scale the defeats for newer arcs of Chainsaw Man. Yeah.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over 500 times the speed of sound.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo fighting Shigaraki, who could react fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's over 1,000 times faster.
Yep.
And that was before Bakugo's quirk awakening that made him even faster than that.
Yep.
With reaction speed of that caliber, there's little chance Reze could ever get the drop on Bakugo, and
Yep.
would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed goes to Bakugo.
However, speed doesn't matter if one couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Okay, I can see them, after hearing what they said about Bakugo, I can see them putting a tie here, because, well yeah, regeneration is always a got, and I thought that was gonna be her only advantage. It's gonna be her only half point here, I can already tell, which is probably more humiliating than Yusuke versus Ichigo, but okay, let me calm myself down.
Allowing her to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this
Yeah.
ever became a war of attrition, Reze had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Stamina goes to Reze.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, thank God, okay. Okay, at least that. I was afraid Reze was gonna come out of this with only half an advantage. Okay. Oh, thank God, okay. I'll take it. Honestly, I'll take it. Okay.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The biggest factor in this fight was always going to be their raw firepower.
Explosions! First,
Yeah.
we've got to compare their two biggest blasts, Reze's nuclear light bomb against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious. Based on calculating their sizes, Bakugo's 300 kiloton explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
And they already downplayed Bakugo a lot, so this feels even more humiliating.
But that's not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil?
Coughing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Okay.
Greater than Bakugo, right? But that's not all. Again, Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT, 5 times more powerful than the Typhoon Devil.
They were even they downplayed Bakugo and were generous with Reze. I'm not mad. I'm not mad because they give her a lot more than what I thought. But the fact that I know they had to be conservative with Bakugo to make this sound less humiliating kind of hurts, not gonna lie.
But not get the chance to heal consistently, or perhaps at all.
And what happens when devils die? They Bakugo to hell.
Fuck you.
The winner is Katsuki Bakugo.
Bombshell, hero, great explosion, murder, god, dynamite.
Fuck you.
Next time.
Okay. Please tell me next time is not a stomp. Please tell me next time it's kind of debatable or as characters I care about. And please tell me it's not Hang vs Traveler.
I'm on Death Battle.
Yes! Megamind vs Guru! Yes! I actually love this one.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. And don't forget to order your very own Wiz
No,
Blood.
yeah, whatever. Okay, so Guru vs Megamind, love it, awesome, fantastic. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do a prediction video due to school. I'll see what I can do. I'm probably gonna do something about it, and I'm 100% gonna review this episode because I still think there are things to say. Let's see what others have to say about this fight so far. If Bakugo wins against Lana, it's been almost 2 decades. It's been almost 2 decades we finally got an explanation of what measuring fits in TNT means. Reze acting like a helpless civilian since Bakugo never saw a human form was kinda funny, yeah. Hey, don't say that bell doesn't teach you anything. Did Bakugo just use the Conquest jump scare? I kinda missed it, not gonna lie. The part where Headless Reze starts running at Bakugo making him freak out to put a switch on his attacks was hilarious, yeah. I kinda predicted that. Yeah, overall thoughts, way better than Ichigo vs Yusuke, but still not as good as Metal Sonic vs Cell. It's a good episode. It's definitely a good episode with some pretty goddamn good aspects. I'll have to think about the rest. The breakdowns did a great job for both. Honestly, it's mostly personal stuff, the stuff I don't like. My favorite part was definitely Reze using a human form to sneak up on Bakugo. And I didn't like his laughing at the end. Ooh, the fact that she almost choked him to death was pretty raw, not gonna lie. Let's see a human form.
Lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Let go of me!
Human, don't touch me, woman! Female! You fucking dumbass. The animation was amazing. Yeah, the animation was amazing. That's definitely... There are way more positive aspects for this episode than not. And yeah, overall, do I like Bakugo more after this? Fuck no. Do I respect him more? Kinda. So if you think that's positive, take what you will. Overall, the portrayal was really good. The portrayal of Reze was really good, maybe a bit more villainous than the movie itself, but still good. Definitely better than Makima, which I already prefer, which I already like more than most. So yeah, like and subscribe for more. Aqua Krypton, hoping I made your day slightly more explosive. I'm actually low-key happy I don't have to talk about this matchup. Oh, and Guru vs Megamind is actually debatable. I can actually say that. Yeah, Bye!